Abisha ma obi bia kwa ba the Basmart Ghana updates so me din ya de adwoa champoma owura Asamoah Boateng no ka wo ma na wo mo play chairmanship position na NPP amanyoku mu no wakasa e de atodwa kame esamanfo bebre kan mo so mo sia na se de omo operation ba be flagbearer dey say wo mo krofo ni bi fere dodo ese omo ankasa no wo mo nhye dan ka beti wo krofo ko bi wo mo nchen a wo che de omo pre no utim se peri ye de amanfo bi na edi ani mo hihya ase na tese we mayi wo mani ma omo prema amanfo na no na owura Asamoah Boateng de atodwa ena o se obi be pre so obi mpre de hu hia ade ebetumi aboa ama party ni nkunimdie atumi aba na wo bibiara ebeyi ni so na meye flagbearer bia no ebetumi aboa mo mani so ade o matumi achieve eye nkabom nko a ena ebetumi aboa ma party no omo achieve omo ego me pa cho yenko na yenkoti owura Asamoah Boateng nchire mu kakra ye ba me ne na eje yi ebeto aso.
As a matter of fact, it's as though nobody wants to talk about the big elephant in the room, but it's about who's going to be flag bearer in 2024. There's the unspoken tradition, and then there's also the element of a two-time vice president, and previous running mate to the unsuccessful bid of the presidency. Yeah. So these could give rise to acrimony ahead of this National Delegates Congress. There were people saying, oh yeah, there's the A camp and then there's the other camp, that kind of thing.
In political settings, you obviously have people who are associated with a friend, a brother, a colleague they like, whatever. We don't know, but there are always that kind of groupings. People call it division. It's not division. It's part of life. Even in your house, there are the children. There's one you may just have very fond of, and another one a bit stubborn. But in the end, you need to rally again and around because it's an internal contest. This is different from when you are facing the opponent outside. And yes, it brings tension and sometimes if you're not careful, people go out of the ordinary and throw jabs here and there. And it's part of it. But what you do need to watch is that nobody goes extreme. And that's why we have party structures around. You have the Council of Elders. You have patrons. You have people who have made it. You have, luckily you have an ex-president who is still around. Former ministers, even former DCAs and all that. You need them to come around and say, hey, I'm going to say, come over. Stop that. Don't go here. Don't go there. Then they begin to check that you are operating within a structure. And so, yes, we have our anxieties, but we should overcome that. We have a government to run, don't forget. We are in charge of the country's economy. We're in charge of the social economic situation, and Ghanaians depend on us. And that's a responsibility we took in 2016, and our mandate was renewed 2020. People will say, hey, we're in difficult times. Yes, I acknowledge that, but that's what it is. It's not about our making. And I remember when COVID came, President Akufo-Addo made that famous statement that, hey, make sure you don't die, cover your face and careful and don't go out, because we don't know how to bring you to life if you pass away. But as for the economy, if it goes out of order, we will have a clear idea. We know how to do that. And that is a profound statement that people have forgotten. Don't forget, when he made it, it was like, hey, and it's true, it's a fact. If you die, how come I'm not Jesus Christ? Yeah. I can't bring Lazarus to life. But when the economy is not going well, we know how to do that. I mean, from Nkrumah's time, we all complain the economy went down. A champion came, it went down. Busia, everybody complains. Liman, Kufuor, they say, but everybody makes a way to bring it back. So we know as politicians and as economists, we know how to do that. But what we don't know is how to bring you to life. So basically, yes, we're in difficulty, but we have found a plan. And the plan is to try and get stability in the economic situation where the IMF coming in and all that. But going forward, we should be careful not to derail the government's program. we should be careful as a party to understand that everybody's looking after to us to have everything done. And so, yes, our internal context is important, but we should make sure it doesn't override the bigger goal of the national interest. And that's the whole thing. So, yes, there are people who says, well, it's this man, that man. You may have your preference. I do, but I'm quiet. I'm quiet.
Yeah.
I'm not a small boy in the party, you know.
Of course.
And so your opinion shifts, people's opinion as well. But I would at some point come out if I need to. But I'm studying. I've just come out on my own. I mean, no rush now. Is to lift my eyes, make sure we can see that we're all getting together. That's number one attention.
Okay.
The number one attention is for us to rally behind the new executives and be able to put the agenda firmly. Everything we do from now it's a plan to win 2024.
So for you, unity is critical now.
It's critical. That's in fact, I put us a 7-pointer message. Number one was unity. I was a witness to 1979. I was a member of the PFP when we lost touch with the UNC side, and we lost. I mean, I remember when Imoro Igala brought Liman to Nkrofo to name him as a leader. Even the CPP themselves were fighting. If Iju went to a Prempa Asamoah, they fought. Kankam Da Costa wanted to lead the party, and somehow Krobadushe managed to get Liman through. But don't forget, Liman was even part of us.
Yeah.
He came on the part of the PFP and was going to stand in Gulu, and we told him to wait for a while. Then, all of a sudden, he came from the PNP as the leader. The headline news of the graphic was Lihu. That was the Lihu. Who is this man?
Yeah.
And because we split, we allowed him to get through. And then 208, same thing. I mean, somehow going to 208, we were a bit of a split. Idea is not like when he was. I remember the case of Time, for instance. I mean, part of us wanted to entertain and go and win, and which I believe we could have won. Other parts said, no, we have a case to go to court. So we were split. We need to be one in ideas and opinion in everything we do. That's number one. Unity is fundamental. It's fundamental. If you're not united, forget about what you're doing. And then the Sunday, you just talk about it before we came on set.
Yeah, I'm just for Asamoah Boateng and I yet in Kano. So in the year to us, I feel so I drink today. Kakao, Efa home now, so what the Abba. Lady,
never.
Asamoah Boateng so the lady Ababu. And Kabumo Ejuma.
Yeah. The tells and some all can there, and one on said the Bia Mekawa. I've always said they say, but be a group of people, Biano. There will be some kind of inner groups. A cool Cassiana Daho by your sour coon, Tretropo, and Tretropo. And not the Asol Quabu or city or men fellowship, women fellowship, this, that, a kuku. But the here pans at Moma, a kukuna, a woman, override the main platform, the main Ikuna Casa. What I say, Moma, Ikuna Kintuane Uno, Emma Kakasin Munsha, because the Kukituan by Kakasenisha, Cassiana Yam into Nedi, and then Yam so and Nedi, Kukituan so eventually, and so I be useless. So at as empty party be Edia, Ubiabo, the preferences, Ubia or Nipo Panasem, or the candidate any other. And when you are doing campaign, be constructive. Ma on sama o kanyen somewhere twasumu na mo nya de gu obi hufi because de dey kokko on ina ekrobofo ma say wo ni obi pre NPP position na sa o kan samwa egu ne hufi utwa ntro anya no korato no so na sa kobasa daache ye to aba ne wie na sa nipa no ene wini ya ugu ne hufi no de na abesa na ba bonten abaka kira bonten sofo eti so okasa ekobia sa anema no wom na ya ne different division nye division a groupings ne say na o kan o cheche mu na me feel say eno anu na emum o make sure say omuma sa division no enko to the stream so obi tumi sechere ne se kasamo anya no kore eto no nyonko so just to win certain political favors ebasa emwa.
All right, okay, bibi no say obi our preferences but a time when your time also you win some dey nkeni pass mesi eninya aya nka mepe
se sesia no akoye adehia konwa eno no Asamoah to sisi ni position we sisi ade obetumi ayi nani mu abo obidin se nipa somasi se ono ko kan se ebia ekona ne duru ba bia obedeclare the Diana menen be yadwen so no onye onkura office bia as we speak onye officer of the party even though so a pioneer of the party but onye officer nti do declare the standard send the ade obi na be support mu bia be obi so what I say na wo me problem is about party officers no mo amukura office secretary chairman regional chairman this that na openly or declare the stand ade ama another person and on ya na entwa yi no it is office obi on the preference at the appropriate time baba bonte aba kire ni po support na me hu sam funso bi eni ho
okay kakra o sade ma o mo pre no o mo pre o party nim no
yeah
no se fa kakra nto aso le so
oh sir ade no de dey in politics into football the name means no but politics the name me wom lose or win but board there football match there a win draw or lose but politics there two things either you lose or you win but so we near wa win no adwuma ye and I will lose so I will lose adwuma ye the entire because say wa win ye no you need to bring those losers no to you so that ubetumi aboa na adwuma no are successful so also na wonso lose ye no because if you are looking from the bigger picture unu sa party na wo no you wouldn't want the party to go to opposition there or lose there but also what they were winning no so that the party will be maintained or retain power and I come back to power or whatever so that yes how they are one the big about because Kofi di kaka so as they be ameka de bia meka because or cattle watch it but since they are not practicing it say ebeye say obeye messenger e wa bem dance obeye master e position so at I say nti wo wa lose no o so asam na mampani kofo kan no utumi de bon toma no da bi o ene anya bi asam lose kura na asam yire mo part ne papa e bi asam bi contract bi kura ba metumi anya na so wan nye na so party foforo fa ho ba wan na be fi wo nti fi se no so ya asam so mo hwe ni ye
ye di wie no
anu an de mpa me kama mo ti asese mama mampani kofo asam na o ka to ho miri bi no and reflect our dream simple
okay. All right. Ebu so ade mo si FM adwo champ ba ya me so fa adwo nche bra bi makra mo